Salutations friends, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a fun, silly little video. I'm going to share with you 10 spooky fragrances to get you in the mood for Halloween. So if you'd like to know why and what and how and then keep watching. Now, the fall is my favorite season. I love the foods that come during fall. I love the weather during fall. And I'm a lover of Halloween. In fact, Halloween is when I do 90% of my home decor decoration or purchasing for the rest of the year. Most of my house is filled with pretty much anything black cat related. It's kind of silly, but it is my favorite decor theme. So Halloween is when I get all of that in. So I have a variety of different Halloween videos planned. And I wanted to do this one, and I wanted to kind of do it in the very beginning of October. So October 1st seemed like the best time to get this video out there. So that's when this video is planned. But spooky fragrances, like how would you describe a spooky fragrance? You know, what kind of scents are going to get you in the mood for this like really fun time of year? So in my head, it wasn't just like gourmands or fragrances that were good in the fall. It was kind of this idea of what a spooky fragrance would be. Like what kind of spook, what kind of zombie or ghoul or baddie or villain or just some young, intimidated, scared little kid who's doing a test of courage at that one house at the end of the road, and then they run into kind of like the village witch. Like what would she smell like? Like what would that kid smell like? It was kind of interesting to figure out. So I chose 10 fragrances for this video. I thought it would be a lot of fun. And this is silly and it might be a little long because I'm gonna kind of describe who and why I chose these fragrances for. So again, I really hope you enjoy this video. I think that to kind of describe the different ways I'm going to describe these scents, I'm going to describe it as kind of like a classic villain. So think like the swamp monster or a mummy or a zombie or a stereotypical witch or a ghost. And then there's going to be kind of like the not the super villains, but like the femme fatales, the black widows, like the dangerous smells that kind of lure you in and entice you with like mystery and sex appeal. And then there's like one fragrance that I chose for that scared little kid who is going to be doing their test of courage. So let's get into the list, shall we? I'm really excited. So if your villain is somebody that was previously deceased, a zombie, a mummy, somebody risen from the dead because of a pact they made hundreds of years ago, I thought of 2 fragrances. I don't know why I was going like this. 2 fragrances. These fragrances smell really good. They're very interesting. They're challenging, but that positive challenging. There's a lot of little interesting things about them that I really enjoy. And so those 2 fragrances are Pulp from Byredo and Tropic of Capricorn from Orchids. Now, what I love about both of these fragrances is that there's something about them that smells overtly ripe, a little off, a few weeks past their expiration date, but not in a way that's bad, in a way that makes these fragrances unique and different and special, and they just smell really gorgeous on the skin. And what I like about these fragrances too is that they're not too heavy. There's kind of a tropical element to both of these because of citruses and fruits that make them really beautiful to wear year round. They can be worn in the summer, in the winter, in the fall, in the springtime. But this kind of like overripeness to me, this damp vegetal earthiness that Tropic of Capricorn has, and this like really beautiful kind of like overtly ripe citrus just smells just a little off, just a little spoopy, just a little spooky, a little different. And I thought that these would be really fun interpretations of those types of ghouls and baddies and ghosties for the people that were previously alive and are no longer alive. They're great fragrances, really artistic, beautiful interpretations of wearable scents that are not quite the normal composition, but are still really beautiful and excellent. So at the end of the day, I love these scents, but there is something a little off about them that makes them really great to wear if you're a spoopy ghost. And yes, I'm saying spoopy, not spooky, but also spooky. These next 3 fragrances are for your conjurers, your dark wizards, your witches, and all of the like. And I thought that these fragrances should smell kind of smoky, a little spooky, and just have like woody, deep elements to them. So I chose Dahab from New York because this one just smells gorgeous. It's just really beautiful. It smells amazing. I just really love that one. We have Oud Velvet Mood, and then we have the Bewitching Yasmine. So we're gonna talk about Oud Velvet Mood from Francis Kurkdjian. This is a very hard scent to wear. One of the most challenging fragrances from Francis Kurkdjian. This has oud in a very challenging way. I love it, but I can easily see why people are turned off from it and why it's not one of the more popular fragrances. I don't even know if this is still available. I haven't seen this anywhere for a while, and as you can see, this smells medicinal. This smells cold. This smells swampy. This smells like your swamp witch. And there's something about that I like. There's something otherworldly and different and off about this scent in a positive way. Now, I love Oud Velvet Mood, and I'm using spooky descriptors to describe this. But if you like really strong, very present, very challenging oud scents, this is a great one. It's really spectacular, but it is on the more challenging side from Francis Kurkdjian's other oud scents. Now these other 2 right here, the Bewitching Yasmine and Dahab, to me just smell like your stereotypical witch. This one is alluring, it entices you, it entrances you, it brings you in. It's beautiful, it's rich. It's luscious, and it smells delicious. It kind of smells like the type of witch that will trick you into eating an apple and putting you to sleep forever. Dahab to me smells more of the type of witch that immediately is your friend and then has ulterior motives and might like cook you in an oven in her house, like after she invites you in for a feast or something. It's just really nice. It's smoky, it's dry, it's a little dusty, and it's a beautiful kind of floral sweetness that kind of like hides in the background. And I really love this scent. So this is a great, again, another spoopy fragrance. I think it's terrific, and just artistically, it's gorgeous. So the last fragrance we have for the ghouls and baddies is going to be our ghost scent. Now, I wanted to make sure I had one scent to represent ghosts because I just think they're terrific. They're really cute. And I wanted to choose something that smelled otherworldly, smelled cold, smelled ozonic, like if you were to walk through a ghost or to go into a haunted house, what would that smell like? And only one fragrance came to mind, and it's the Harmonist Sacred Water, which I also think is a great name for a scent because it sounds like what you would use to sprinkle and purify these areas that are haunted with ghosties. And if you guys don't know, this is one of my favorite fragrances from the Harmonist. This one smells like it's very ozonic, it's dusty, it smells like mineral water. Or if you've ever seen photos of a beautiful, cool cave and you see like these waterfalls or these even like stalactite and then there's like water dripping off of the stalactite. This smells like how I would assume that water would smell or taste. And I think that is just amazing. It's definitely otherworldly, it's really special. And if you are a lover of ozonic scents and you like aquatics, this is great. This is absolutely fantastic. And this is pretty much what I think a ghost would smell like. So that is why I chose Sacred Water. So these next 3 scents are the fragrances that I would assume the more trickster of the ghouls and baddies and witchies from Halloween would smell like. These are like what the beautiful witch who in the daylight she's beautiful and young and maidenly, and by the full moon she's wretched and haggish, and you know, you can see like her skin pulling back and you can see her jawbone, and her hair becomes white and crazy, and she like her fingernails grow really long, like just like in the moonlight they just grow from normal to like long, and she starts cackling and loses her like honey voice. I thought way too much about this, guys. Or like the femme fatale, like the person who that you're enticed by, you're entranced by her beauty and her mystery and her sexuality and her appeal, and then like as you're getting ready to get to know her better, she like stabs you in the heart. And just those types of people, like the type of people who you think are good and they just surprise you and they're not so nice. So I have 3 fragrances for you, and I had a hard time kind of deciding which one would be which. So I think that all 3 of these would work in the situations. The first one, which I think fits more towards the witch by night, beautiful maiden by day, would be Absinthe number 9 from Cinis Labs. This one just, if you guys don't know, smells amazing. I've talked about this so many times, but just the color of the juice works really well for this this story I'm telling in scent, and it just smells beautiful and enticing and mysterious, but there's something a little extra in the background, and I really like that. These next 2 fit more of the femme fatale, but there's like a hidden dark secret that they have, like maybe they're a serial killer on the loose, like some Black Widow. And I have High Frequency from Initio Parfums. This is a beautiful almond white floral fragrance. It just smells very sexy, but again, like there's something extra in there. Like the almond adds this hidden allure that's very enticing and kind of draws you in, a very come hither scent. So this one is definitely a part of the list. Now I wanted to include a fragrance that was sexy and was mysterious and really beautiful and just entrancing to kind of, again, like hammer in that femme fatale Black Widow character. And there's a few that I jumped through, but I decided that Dark Cherry and Amber from Banana Republic would be the best option, just because this is a really beautiful, sexy scent that has a lot of different layers, and it's just really alluring. So this is for those spooky ladies out there that have a dark secret or a skeleton in their closet they want to hide from the world until they meet the right person to let it all out on. So the last fragrance in my list is for that little child on their test of courage, that little going and ringing the doorbell at that haunted house. So that fragrance is Wicked Good from Gallagher Fragrances. I wanted to choose something that was delicious, and there was a lot of really beautiful gourmand fragrances, but I wanted something that smelled like chocolate and candy, but a type of candy a kid would really want. So this just has a beautiful, the vanilla in here is excellent, like the best, it's so good. But the chocolate and the tonka in here are really special too. This just smells very decadent, like a decadent candy bar. And I thought this would be the best representation of a young boy or girl whose face is drunk on candy, chocolate covering everywhere, and it's the end of their route on their trick-or-treating. They're already digging into their little bag to eat some of their candy, and they're drunk on power and sugar. And they're getting ready to go to the last house. So I wanted to choose something that was very decadent and sweet and overtly candy. But this isn't a candy fragrance, so this doesn't smell like a candy bar. It's actually a very rich, indulgent scent. I really enjoy it, but for a chocolate representative scent, I thought this was the best option. Plus the name is perfect. So this is my choice for the fragrance for that child on their test of courage. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It is different, it's silly, it's not meant to be taken seriously, but I thought it would be fun to share some of these spooky fragrances with you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you guys are all happy and healthy and have a great day, month, year, whatever. And I will see you next time. Bye.